for, and it seemed like for a while Crom's stock was on the rise, but I haven't seen Crom in quite a bit. But coming up now, it's going to be Dom versus Goblin. I did not know that was Dom. I don't know if it was the lighting or what, but this is a high-profile match now. Dom is likely the best Belmont player on the planet.
Oh, free.
Right?
No.
I would think so. I mean, goodness gracious. Belmont versus Roy, two very clear play styles, two very clear, distinct ways to try to get their damage and get these stocks off. Going to be at odds with one another here. Yeah,
just a class of two different play styles coming to meet in the middle here very shortly once they get their buttons pressed. You got to make sure that your holy water and everything comes out with some relative ease, okay? I hate when I press the B button and my B button doesn't B button like how I want it to. I hate it. I hate when that happens.
Do you think we're starting Smashville? Because, like, this seems good for Roy, I would think, right? Because, like, Belmont's got to know where to go here.
Yeah, can't really hide. A little hard to create a couple degrees of separation between you and the other side. You know, I would hope we don't go here, but I don't want to sound biased at all. But
sure,
yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, you know, Dom, we've seen him play in so many different types of tournaments, so many different types of play styles and environments. I've seen this Belmont and Richter combination do damage literally on every type of stage. However, here, close quarter combat versus versus Goblin, you might be in some trouble, man.
Seems like quite a risk, yeah. But I do think I hear some Pokemon music, so I think we're okay. Dom might be asking if it's best of 3 there. Hit a 3 up, but who knows. But I do think it's going to be PS2 for the first game.
Okay.
Belmont versus Roy coming up here. Looks like he's going Simon. I thought he usually goes Richter, but I'm always happy to see more Simon, bro.
There you go. Let's see how it plays out here as match kicks off. Dom doing what Dom does best. You know, Dom, the great thing about him is that he has a play style and he really just sticks to it. He doesn't really adjust it unless he absolutely has to. And what we're going to see a lot of here is trying to force Goblin off stage or possibly into the corner. Boom, holy water into pretty much whip action. It could be forward tilt, forward smash, back, or you name it. Once I get you in that holy water, you're in some real trouble.
See him using this with great effect here. Goblin finding trouble landing on the ground because it's like even if you air dodge down, even if you get there, that whip is just going to linger for a bit. Now Goblin having trouble finding his way in against this Renaissance man.
Yeah, quite
just
literally.
Chucking stuff at you.
You know, the issue, I think, is now you kind of have to play this mini game. I mean, we see this type of mentality from the opposing side, usually when it's somebody versus like a high caliber snake, like MBD or somebody. But, you know, we don't very often get to see it here with the Belmonts, but it is actually just as dangerous, especially for a Belmont who has the combos and conversions together like Dom, coupled with the fact that Roy, let's be real, very easy character to beat up on. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love the attempt there from Goblin, but not quite there. But you're right, Roy is a little easier to, mostly easier to juggle. Not really for Belmont, because Belmont doesn't really combo like that, but does land that axe full screen. 118, not especially high, honestly, for Dom. If he just tries to hold center, the problem is that Belmonts don't really do that. They want to sort of catch one of the corners and force you to come into them.
Yeah, which, you know, in Goblin's case, that is like certainly the plan at hand. He just wants to run in and try to find an opening. Of course, finding Sour, falling up and not really getting much off of it. Oh, that should be a stock. It most certainly will. I mean, we talk about the importance of Dom not dropping combos. The same can most certainly be said here for Goblin in a multitude of ways. There are sour into sweet combos. There are sweet into sweet combos. I mean, there's a lot that Roy really has to work with that could sometimes maybe come back to bite him in the butt.
A lot of combinations available for Goblin. You see now Dom trying to get his momentum back. Goblin just with a very strong string from left to right. Got a lot done there. He's able to get in on Dom. It seems like Goblin's sort of picking up the pace, is starting to understand this a little bit more. Like you said, it is a bit of a mini game. Not only is Belmont one of the least played characters in the game, so you have no experience with this, but also it's such a mental challenge, right? To be able to take all these hits and not let it sway you and make you get discouraged.
Yeah, because literally as you're fighting him, you're realizing, damn, I'm also being kind of chipped away here. Yeah, I got close, but at what cost? And now at this point, you know, pretty much anything the Belmonts can do after a certain percent are going to be enough to KO you, or if not, really stick you in a bad spot. Which is kind of going to show Dom doesn't mind going deep off stage versus Goblin if he has to.
Not at all. He'll pop that neutral air, try to drag him down if he can.
No doubt about that. So there's the holy water there. Of course, stepping it up with the fire now. Really trying to shark her from up underneath. That C-stick is getting flicked, that's for sure.
You see him trying to set up with that cross. I love the idea. You throw it in the opposite direction, then you use it to give you a little bit of space. The axe is out again. Goblin's not going to fall for it this time. I like Goblin hitting the axe or the cross there. You see him go and pop that up air just to make sure that its hitbox is gone. Very slow-paced game this is turning into.
Yeah, this is a bit of a fish out of water type of play style here that we're used to seeing from Goblin. You know, Goblin, of course, is just full octane, full speed ahead, but of course has to put a lot of respect here on Dom's name for obvious reasons. And just a moment before, there was that setup I was talking about. Of course, catching Roy stuck in the corner, boom, whip, anything should be enough to KO after a later percent, and just getting the most bang for their buck here. The buy one, get one free combos here on Roy. Goblin really struggling to fight out of this quarter. Yes, this is just messed up.
A huge forward smash there from Dom, just making a statement. And now 84 on Goblin. I mean, Dom's at 171, and he's been there for about a minute. Dom is running away with this. Goblin needs something big. Might be a forward tilt, might be a double-edged dance, but needs some kind of hit. There's that cross again to cover him.
Ooh, maybe?
Close. Up throw will do it.
I always sleep on that. I'm like, damn, I guess they do have a kill option like 300,000%. They just got to work to get there.
It's a throw that kills. It's
That's
not
right.
a kill throw.
There you go. There you go.
It's a little different, yeah. Because like when you see like Mewtwo, you're like, oh yeah, of course.
Up throw, back throw, yeah, that's
yeah, no question.
Right.
Big up B there.
That's right. Great anti-air as well too. Despite the strong grounded gameplay here from Dom, they do spend a considerable amount of time in the air. Of course, the Fire Emblem characters with the very linear approach options do have the ability to keep you out of their airspace. Maybe Roy might struggle a little bit more since his sword's not quite as long as his others, but we'll see how it plays out here. Back into the corner once more. Holy water.
You can see it's just so scary. Like Goblin has to pick his battle so carefully. He doesn't want to go in and just get clipped by a fire. Even just one single hit, one tick of damage might be enough. Jumps right into the axe. And you can see Goblin and the player cam sort of reeling back a little bit, frustrated by that one. It's scary with Roy, though, because it depends on what character you are. Sometimes some characters can get away from those axes and from those sort of aerial projectiles easier than others.
That's right. As you can see right here, Goblin with the big XL, of course, shake it off. You still got a whole nother game here. Dom, of course, looking virtually unscathed. Emotionless killer here. I mean, in a matchup like this, I could imagine, Dom is like, okay, Goblin is still Goblin, but this is still Roy. I know this matchup. Let's lean into the knowledge that I have to try to defeat this guy. Definitely.
And he clearly is very comfortable, even against a character that sort of wants to smother you and run all over you. I think I'm mostly surprised that, I feel like if these two were to meet, most days, most tournaments, this would be a 3 out of 5 situation, right? I mean, it just goes to show the level of talent and how many good players are here that these guys are meeting this early.
Yeah.
And like at this point in the pool. So it just being a 2 out of 3 might really hurt Goblin in the long run, because you do need time to adapt to Belmont to realize what they're doing and work around it.
No doubt about that, Tony. Especially on a stage like this, a lot of real estate to work with here on Kalos. I mean, I could literally stand on one side of the world and just toss everything at you, and of course does not ever give you the opportunity to come in. Oh, Goblin getting a little taste of his own medicine. The early KO up there on the platform. Usually we see that the other way around with like double S dance, like an early up smash, but in this case here, it's Dom just completely dominating the competition. Okay, great up special out of shield. And I'm glad you actually brought up the whole concept of like smothering, the Belmonts, because even if you do get close enough to do that, if you whiff incorrectly, they still have up B, they still have nair, so
down tilt
as well too. Yeah, really, really good point. So they have great get off me tactics just in case you decide to get close. Those are kind of like their break glass situations, but for the most part, we're going to see Dom really lean into this a lot.
Yeah, Dom just having so much ability to be able to get out of those choke scenarios where Roy is just pushing you, pressuring you into the corner. And I feel like lesser Belmonts, it's very easy to put them in that spot, and then they're going to react the same way every time. You know what they're going to try to do. They're going to get out. They're going to try to jump out of shield. They're going to try to down tilt. But Dom is just a master at mixing stuff up, not keeping Goblin on his tail. And now he's about to lap him in stocks if this keeps up. Throws down the holy water, tries to jump through. Goblin's able to air dodge out, but still looking pretty bad.
Yeah, that's right. And I feel like these small opportunities where Goblin does find an opening to get in, he's not quite getting the most out of his combo extensions. And again, this is okay in like a 3 out of 5 type of format, but a best of 3. You got to really get the most bang for your buck in there. Again, another holy water got him caught into the corner, the falling up air. We talk about Dom mixing it up. Goblin has to mix it up a little bit as well, too. Again, the Fire Emblem character is very, very strong for what they do, but I'd be lying if I said that a lot of what they do isn't telegraphed. Okay, he's short hops. What is he going to do? Forward air in there, double S dance is coming. We got to really, just kind of show a little diversity here in these combos.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to just like tomahawk run up grab because you get nothing out of that.
Yeah.
Like the Roy's grab doesn't really lead into much. So you want a neutral air to sort of pop him on the ground. You want like a down tilt to get a trip that might lead into some kind of huge punish. But right now, it's looking like Goblin's chances are slowly whittling away. 76% on Dom, not especially high. And now Kalos is really working against Goblin in a lot of ways here. This is his counter pick. And you could just see Dom is just happy to hold center, to sit on the side, and just really force Goblin to bang his head against this wall.
Yeah, he has to find this opening here and fast. Again, you know, one thing that Goblin is really good at that I don't see a lot of from the other Roys, really besides Cola, you know, he doesn't mind going off stage, which is a very gray area for some of the Belmonts because, again, they can recover from some vast distances away, but all their options have to be in line. If they don't have a jump, if they're not close enough to tether, they are in for a really bad situation. So in this case here, I like to see Goblin maybe try to force Dom off stage. I know it's a task easier said than done because you got to get through that wall that he's building.
Yeah, I don't know how you gimp him here. Goblin needs some kind of miracle. I feel like Spike wouldn't even hit. I mean, Roy's down air isn't especially strong. It might be enough to kill now that he's at 50, but Goblin's got to fight his way back to the center. He's doing his best. As long as he doesn't stay at the ledge, he might be okay. Gets the roll in.
That's right, double edge dance. Oh, the delay, I like the stop on it. That was really smooth.
Yeah, he's fighting his way back, dude. Just two down tilts. Really scared. Dom gets the forward air, not the back air. Going to go out there, but he might have lost it there. Giving up stage control, sort of forcing the issue a little bit too much. If he just stayed on stage, he might have been able to force Dom into a situation, but that constant pressure maybe was his downfall there, trying to force the issue, going off stage by chasing Dom.
And I feel him, you know, sometimes fortune's going to favor the bold. I get it, you know, I got him off stage. I know that I know what options he has to go for. You know, the Belmonts are one of those characters where they can recover from very far away. I know I mentioned it before, but I know what you're going to do before you do it. And that's kind of the trade-off when you play them. So for a character like Roy, it's like, dude, I'm going to go deep. I'm going to try to four you. I'm going to try to gimp you. The minute he whiffed, that good situation, flipped into a bad one. And unfortunately got caught, kind of got slipped in there.
You know what I think it was? I think we were just talking about the fact that he had to go off stage. He had to hit Dom. He had to do something. But then he started racking up so much damage. Dom's at like 90. You didn't have to do that anymore, but I don't know if he made that mental shift. Who knows? Guys, great set that we saw just there, and we got many more coming up for you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.